Good evening, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wherever I'm reaching you at. This is your main man, Brother Herman, with another one of Brother Herman's sermons. We are in the business of delivering the truth to all our constituents, all of our neighbors, our peers, strangers in the streets, the family members, everybody. We want to reach all the ones who are walking around lost with questions and they need the right answers. MaikumCdeTruth.org is a non-profit organization that'll soon be up and running real soon and quickly, as I might add. But at the same time, in the meantime, we're going to be doing something called Brother Herman's Sermons. And inside of Brother Herman's Sermons, what we're doing is we're launching of several different videos that are teaching tools to help us cope through this thing that we call life. We've already established 21 series. We're working on Series 22 right now, which we have entitled God Empowers Us Through. We've already done about 8 episodes, 8 teaching videos, and we're going to be working on, I believe it's episode teaching number 9, and we've entitled that to be Dealing Diverse Belief Systems, dealing with diverse belief systems, which can lead to a conflict of interest. So we're going to touch base on these types of issues because a lot of people are struggling with these types of issues and no one is talking or discussing this matter or these types of matters. If you'd like to assist us in any way, shape, or form, you may do so. All the information you need is on the front of this channel. If you want to comment, hit the comment button on the channel. It's going to allow you to voice your opinion, your thoughts, even give accolades or whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to do, it's going to allow you to do just that. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to crank up Series 22, God Empowers Us Through, episode number 9, dealing with diverse belief systems. And we begin it like this. Bob is a very intelligent 25-year-old member of a religious organization based on Buddhism. Bob's working for this organization has caused considerable conflict between him and his parents, who are devout Baptists. Recently, Bob has experienced acute spells of nausea and fatigue that have prevented him from working and forced him to return home to live with his parents. Now, this can be a Buddhist issue, or it could be a Wicca issue, it could be a Baptist issue, it could be a Catholic issue, it could be a Christian issue, it could be a non-denominational issue. But this issue will arise at some point in your life. Various medication tests are being conducted, but as of yet, no physical causes of his problems have been found. So in this particular case, Bob is not a child or an adolescent, so he's mature enough to know right from wrong. However, the context above appears to be shining light on a conflict stemming from something more than just maturity. Since intelligence is not a factor in his conflict, perhaps his upbringing could play a huge role or a huge part in the way that he's feeling. So, because it is a known fact that around the development periods of between the years or ages of 18 and 30, as human beings are concerned, many gravitate towards independence. His struggle could be with religious belief, with the religious belief he will choose to lead or be led by in his adulthood. This conflict is known as what we call a socio-cultural one, which if not treated could possibly lead to a psychological issue, which could then morph into mental health issues. Since mental issues left untreated can result in mental disorders, it is paramount, it is crucial that a change in self-identity take precedence in the case of Bob. If a healthier lifestyle is the goal of Bob, and individuals experiencing similar conflicts, then treatment or therapy sessions become necessary. From the above passage and information is apparent that religious beliefs are the core issues for such personal inner conflict of Bob. Therefore, the solution appears to be a very clear and achievable one. What is that, Brother Herman? That is this. The surface issue presents a conflict of denominational spiritual guidance, which presumes the conflicted, anyone who's wrestling with these types of belief systems, to simply make a conscious decision as to where their heart lies. Lean on the inner voice inside you. That is most likely your higher power speaking to you. Don't lean on man's direction unless you know for sure that that man or woman has been sent by your higher power. Which path of knowledge are they willing to explore, learn, abide by, and finally be remembered by? Those are the questions that we want to ask ourselves when we are in a dilemma over belief systems. When these crucial questions are answered earnestly by those who are conflicted, the conflicted individuals, perhaps their inner conflict will come to an end. Biological perspectives mostly arise when emphasis is placed on the culture or race of people. Thus, the percentage of African American Buddhists will be found to be less than the percentage of Baptist or Protestant African Americans. Likewise, the even lesser to be found Catholic, according to these authors, which is the name of Bashir and Mohammed of the Pew Research Center. Nonetheless, these conflicts can be discovered in everyday life of all cultures. It comes down to what? Choice. Freedom of choice to follow individual desires and beliefs. If raised from childhood as a Muslim into adulthood, only to arrive at a place of confusion, then logic and reason alone states that a conscious self-induced change for healthy living must be made, and if the conflicted individual seeks to experience less conflict and more of a balanced lifestyle. What we're saying is, you must, at some point in your life, question where your heart lies. Where's your heart? Wherever your heart is, there you shall be found also. So if your heart lies with, let's say, Catholicism, and you've been raised as a Muslim, then you follow your heart. Doesn't matter what your parents' traditions or your grandparents' traditions or your ancestors' traditions were. You must make yourself healthy. And the way you do so is by creating a balance. And the way you do that is by stop living for other people. You live for yourself, your family, and your friends, like-minded people. Wherefore, just because attempting to live with, communicate, and separate from religious beliefs that conflict with anyone of different faiths might cause feelings of disparity, doesn't make an individual qualified for a diagnosis of a mental health disorder. Whenever the conflicted individual acts out or behaves in a conflict of societal laws due to their overwhelming feelings of disparity, it lays a foundation for a possible mental health disorder. That's the only time you will have the basis or foundation to call it a mental health disorder. Otherwise, it is just a social, economic, or social, let me go back, social, cultural. It's a social cultural problem issue, which tends to plague the mind or mentality of those who are trying to follow traditions, live by their parents' lifestyle, their grandparents' lifestyle, their ancestors' way of living. To become independent, totally independent, which is kind of a false narrative because we are all interdependent. We all depend and rely upon each other. You start out as dependent, you end up interdependent, meaning you have made a decision to join society, and you are going to find your true identity when you make that decision. Your true identity is what makes you independent from all other traditions, all other belief systems that contradict what's in your heart. So what we want to do is we want to pay attention to, first of all, our higher power, his way of how we should live, and then our heart, because inside of the heart lies the spirit of man. Soul is the emotional state of man. So if we're relying on emotions, and those change all the time, the spirit does not. The spirit remains the same. So stick with your spiritual inner man that's inside you. Kind of gravitate and lean on that spiritual voice inside you, which is most likely your higher power speaking to you, showing you which direction to go or take, and you will come up with the right decision when it comes to options or choices that you need to make through life in your life's journey. Stop following man, stop following woman. Do not listen to your peers or your constituents. Rather, listen to the word that's inside you, the inner voice that's inside you, that spiritual presence that's inside of you, if it is a positive one. Because some of us have negative spiritual entities or presences living inside of us, or dwelling amongst us, I should say. So this has been another one of Brother Herman's sermons, a teaching tool. Episode number 9, which we have entitled Dealing with Diverse Belief Systems That Can Cause or Lead to a Conflict of Interest. Inside of Series 22, God Will Empower Us Through. Lean not, as the great book of understanding basic instructions before leaving earth, the Holy Bible, tells us, lean not on your own understanding. Rather, lean on your higher power. That, for me, is our God, Yahweh, Yeshua, Jesus. It may not be for you. Yours may be Buddha. It may be the Wicca God. It may be the whatever religion that you believe in, or spiritual guidance that you believe in. And no one here is here to debate over the other. Whatever leads you down a positive path, that is the path you should stay on. Because at the end of the day, I believe, and most of society believes, that we're all headed in the same direction, looking for the same deity, the same higher power. And you call that by different names, but it's still the same higher power that we're talking about. Don't get it twisted. Don't get confused or conflicted with wrestling back and forth of who's right and who's wrong, which denomination's right, which one's wrong. It's not about that. What it's about is that inner voice that's inside of you, because that's more than likely your higher power, who will not lead you astray if it's a positive one. If it's a negative one, yeah, you're probably going to be led astray. And that's why we're here, MaikumCdeTruth.org, Brother Herman Sermons, here to keep you from going or be led astray. Again, if you'd like to assist us, everything you need is on the front of this channel. If it's not, hit the comment button. We'll be able to send you that assistance link. If you want to let us know how we're doing, hit that comment button, and I guarantee you we're going to pay attention and we're going to listen, because we are still teachable, as you should remain yourself. Otherwise, until next time when we crank up the last episode of Series 22, God Will Empower Us Through. That last episode will be episode number 10, no title yet. Take care of yourself and each other. Stop listening to other people. Listen to that inner voice inside you. Follow that social circle that God has put around you. Don't try to create the circle yourself. Let God create that. Let your higher power create that for you, and you will fare better through life. Until then, take care of yourself, each other, and may God continue to bless us all. Have a great rest of your day, your afternoon, and your night. And I'll see you next time on Brother Herman's Sermons. Thank you.